started this, I've been operating the whole time as though this was the obvious.
Right.
Like this
Right.
was just what's gonna happen.
Right.
You know, like because
You had the plan set in motion before we could even talk about it.
not really.
Well, you had an idea.
Yeah, I had the idea was bring people together. Then because I just know how to bring people together.
But understand the fact that the idea came before any of this happened, which is why most people probably do look at you at the theater as the leader at the theater, as the leader or as the go-to man.
There's also a concept that he described that explains why they do that. Do you remember the being involved thing? Like when you bring someone to a place, like you become their nexus point pretty much. You described that to me one of the first times we ever talked. So like if I bring 3 friends to this party, this event is happening because of me, so that places me at a focal point.
Involvement, that means cause and inclusion?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me more about that. I mean, what do you want me to say? Now I understand what you're getting at. Ask your question again.
Yeah. I was going to ask for you to basically go into that, because that's why they do that. Like at the event, because I was the person that brought everyone together, that gives them a reason to give a fuck about me, right? And that that just makes it easier for me to make to become a spotlight, right? To like have the focus come over to me because of
day one.
And
the
same
like that.
Yeah, and the same thing happened yesterday, right? Pretty much everyone was there because of either me or this dude Marco, who I invited. So all the people that were there because of Marco, he was an easy spotlight for them. All the people that were there because of me, I was an easy spotlight. Exactly. He says I use that word too much, but
spotlight.
Yeah.
Wrongly.
Yeah.
Limelight.
I just don't want to use. I don't care because so what he said, spotlight. We've determined it's public attention. I think
Expectation.
Why expect? I like attention better. Why expectation? Public attention.
When you're on the spotlight, someone expects you to entertain them. They expect you to do something.
Okay.
So there's a certain level of expectation when given the spotlight.
Okay.
But if
the explanation of the concept doesn't work for the user if it's not helpful to the user.
Okay.
And when you say, what did you say instead of expectation?
Attention.
When you say attention, you don't make me, the user of the concept, think so hard, because it's about them, not me. But if you say that spotlight, that means public expectation. That definition makes me think like this. Oh shit! I have to be careful about what I perform, how I perform, what I do. So
as someone who's in the spotlight, not as a
yeah. And so the reason why Tumor Slang is so powerful is because its definition focuses on the user, not the audience.
This goes back to one of the people who stopped watching us when we were performing.
The woman.
Yes. We were both in the spotlight, going back and forth with each other, and she probably expected the opposite of that. Yeah. In which case, she was like, "Okay, well, this isn't what I expected, so I'm gonna leave."
Yeah. Okay, that's great. This is why I like Tumor Slang. But to get to your point about he basically said that like spotlight is something that's very, very big, and that I've been using it in very small spaces. But the thing is, like, it's related. You know what I mean? Like I view
that's why limelight.
Yeah. I'm gonna propose a thing, right? So there's an event space, and the context of that event space is the people, right? When doesn't matter how big it is. It could be a country or it could be a party, right? But there are tiny little events occurring everywhere, all over the place, and each one of them is a small stage. And when you take one of those small stages and grow it through the use of talent, you can get the attention of the entire group. Doesn't matter how big. Why is it that if it's a small, this is my question, why is it that if it's a small stage, right, that it doesn't count the same as if it's the whole stage?
Because the way you explain is a perfect example. Why not? Why you shouldn't use the concept the way you use.
Okay.
Because the spotlight, the way you explain it, does not make us believe that we three in a big party can be three different spotlights. Because spotlight means that there's only one at a time. And that's why it doesn't work.
Okay.
You want several nexuses to happen all over the places, and you use the spotlight concept, so it's really messed up the mind of the listener.
I see.
So when you say that, when you say lamplight, then you allow a bunch of nexuses to be in the lamplight.
That's what we want to create too.
Yes.
It's the lamplight and not the spotlight.
Yeah.
We're not only trying to create a stage of performance, but we've talked many times in the past about communal spaces for artists, for fashion designers, for photographers, for all different kinds of artists. That's a whole nother idea that we've in place based off of what you just said. I don't think necessarily spotlight could deviate that lamplight, right? But they do have to be working separately. They
What
cannot
does that sense mean?
be.
Spotlight works when you only talk about one person in the big group.
Or a group. It could
Yes.
be Now I'm understanding. So when you say limelight, then what is the word you use?
When you have lamplight, you allow a bunch of nexuses to be in your party.
Yeah.
So not everyone is in the lamplight. Only nexuses can be.
That shit's great. It's so fun to mess with this stuff when you're in a party. It's so great. You're just like yesterday. I got rapping with a bunch of people,
nice.
and like a couple of different places, getting distracted. But it's so interesting to see the different and just like it's like I'm pressing buttons.
So imagine doing that, but with what we're doing now. Where do you see that?
Where do I see what?
Where do you see Haven in the idea that you're pressing buttons? Because right now we're pushing one fucking button over and over and over and over and over and over again.
What do you mean?
We've only pushed the button 4 times.
Okay. Well, what's the button that we're pushing?
I'm saying the example.
Wait. Limelight. That means.
I don't have a Dumaslang definition for that because you did not ask me about that in the past. You only asked me what spotlight means.
Yeah.
And then I studied the concept, and then I came up with spotlight. That means public expectation. And I need time to come up with definition for a new term.
Okay.
So what I was saying before is you were talking about lamplight.
Yeah.
Which is when it's like spotlight, but between multiple different nexuses.
Yeah.
The attention is not grossed, or the expectation is not grossed to one person.
Yeah.
What we're doing right now with the performance that we're creating is essentially spotlight for our performers, for our one group. We plan on making this bigger and bolder and crazier. So what I'm saying is we are pushing that one button of performance, right?
Yeah.
What happens when we get another button or another form or way of lamplight?
Yo, this is so sick that we can think about like things in this way,
Mm-hmm.
like how we create the space.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is sick. I just got goosebumps. I'm sorry, cause I'm like if this is like the event space and how where the nexus points lie, and that
It's like Dragon Balls. It's like finding Dragon Balls.
yeah. Okay. So right now, we have a spotlight that's sometimes a single person like you or me,
Mhm.
and then sometimes is so this is the way Haven is set up, where we have a single spotlight. Yes. And this is the way like a lot of different things are set up. Are you saying you want one spotlight, multiple spotlights?
I'm saying I want limelight overall.
You want limelight.
Right.
That
But
makes
if
sense.
we were to put a performance on where everyone's attention needed to be one place, that's when you use spotlight.
Okay.
What I'm saying is we can use them interchangeably, but we cannot use them at the same time.
You're right. Okay. Because if you tried to make like how would this look to you if there was
Like a main stage.
like a big thing? Because if you think about a concert, there's the big thing happening, and when the music's full on, everyone stops.
Festival.
Yeah. A festival versus a concert.
Festival versus a concert, what does that look like to you?
Okay, because at a concert, straight up, this is what we have. People aren't talking. They talk when the performer's gone, right? At a festival, people are wandering around. There are many different.
There's vendors, there's food, there's everything. There's sometimes drag races at festivals. That's just like the nomenclature for entertainment is festivals and concerts kind of is what we're putting into place.
This you realize this is relation science?
Oh yeah.
Like, did you know that was a thing?
Yes.
I didn't know this was a thing.
This?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Right. This is literally science. This is science created by
This
Tuma
is
slang.
logical Tuma slang science.
Sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm just really excited because it's crazy because this is stuff that I've always seen in my head, but I've just
never been able to express it.
Never
been able to. And I feel like so many more people could come and look at a show that we want to present. We talked about doing a TED Talk show and also a live concert performance. So, 1 minute you have the baby going crazy and running around and rapping on stage, and then the next you have like, I don't know, Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about astrophysics. Like that.
That's intense.
It's intense, but it's no longer spotlight. It's no longer expecting just one thing.
So to get back to your point,
can we take a quick break?
Yeah.